Peace, what's up, people in YouTube and Facebook land and wherever else this will be presented. I decided to post a video dealing with gratitude and appreciation. And it's interesting because there are two situations that I choose to mention that deal with that particular subject. For example, recently my sister had to move back in, because times are rough and stuff like that, but it's nothing really, bad. And with her being around me, she has great ideas for cooking and eating healthy and those types of things. I have, for the past 4 years, with my weight loss journey, I've done pretty good. Lost over 150 pounds. And one of the things that's not as enjoyable is the fact that I eat a very boring ass diet, or I've been eating a very boring ass diet. And really, I've been afraid to try certain dishes, and that's because in the during my weight loss venture, there was a point in time where my body just did a system clean out and reboot. I wasn't eating gluten anymore and other additives. So there came a time when my body just did a flush, and this flush was freaking scary. And so from there, I developed some symptoms of IBS, or irritable bowel syndrome. And anyone who deals with this knows that there are certain things you can eat and certain things you can't eat. And if you eat those things that you can't eat, that can be a super constipation episode or a very, very, very bad diarrhea episode. Okay. And so for the past 4 to maybe 5 years, I was just eating a very boring and bland diet. Because I was afraid of going through what I went through, when this thing first started happening. And I have been taking herbs and stuff like that to aid in the healing of my digestive system and stuff like that. And I often wondered, especially at the beginning of 2006, were any of the methods that I was using to heal my digestive system was it working, or did it present a factor in my journey? With my sister moving in, because we're both helping each other dealing with lifestyle changes and weight loss. And she went to a spot, ordered some food, and she was like, well, you know what? They don't use a lot of bread on their food for coating their food, vegetables, meat, and whatever. Why don't you try it? So I tried that dish, and it was good, and I found out that I could eat that dish. And then over the holidays, we didn't have the traditional Christmas feast with turkey, ham, tomatoes, and all this stuff. And so what we did was that my sister prepared fish. And she cooked a particular fish and used a particular coating that turned out to be very healthy. It didn't throw my digesting off or nothing. And I've been noticing, and I've just come to realize that, you know what? Maybe I have healed this condition to a great extent, because things that I've been able to enjoy and partake of as of late, I couldn't do, the last 2 or 3 years. Okay. And it's interesting with everything happening and her and I being around each other 24/7 now. And I realized just a few minutes ago, before I started this video, that you never know why individuals are in your life. You never know the purpose that an individual is supposed to be in your life. My sister being here in this place and space and time showed me some things about myself. And it's interesting because I'm usually the individual at times that has all the answers, knows practically, well, let my family tell it. It's like every freaking thing. I don't know everything. I just know stuff. And I also realize, and I'm thankful too, that just like you can be a person that is knowledgeable, and you can give aid to others. Other individuals can give aid to you, and especially in different ways than the way you would aid an individual. Okay? So I just told her a few minutes ago that I appreciate what she means to my life and my purpose. And now I'm not eating that same boring ass bland diet that I was. I am enjoying more seafood dishes, healthier dishes, because I eat a balanced and natural diet. Okay? And that's my mode, and it's been helping quite well. So that's one of the individuals that I choose to give love outs to, not shout outs, love outs. And another situation occurred today when I was in the YMCA early this morning working out. And it's interesting because since I've lost all the weight that I have, it's like certain parts of my body have to catch up now and redistribute themselves to be healthy and at one again. And that's with my knees. I guess if you're carrying an extra 150 pounds on your legs, at some point, your legs got to rest and recuperate. And so, I will admit, even with the weight loss, I was in the workout center working out, and I really didn't have a true purpose. Sometimes I would like to live to tone, and then there would be other times where it's like, I want to do this, I want to be stronger, this and that, blah, 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 blah. It was nothing really defined that I was doing, okay? And so recently, as of like a month and a half ago, I stopped going to the YMCA for a little bit. And I was thinking, well, it's to switch up my workout for a little bit. So what I was doing on the days that I would usually go work out was just go walk a mile and a half, and do some exercises that I learned in Kung Fu to help strengthen my muscles. And during that time, I realized I'm more of a powerlifting type person. My thing is to get stronger. The getting faster thing, that's no problem. Being a practitioner of the martial arts, that's no thing. However, it's like, I still got to get the strength of my knees better and stuff like that and blah, 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 blah. So I started looking at the weightlifting exercises again and realized, well, hey, if I choose to work out for strength, explosion, and power, there's going to have to be some exercises that I do that I really didn't concentrate on. And that's the deadlift and the clean and press. Because when it comes to the clean and press or military pressing or anything over my head, to me, it was like I would fare weaker than I would in the other exercises. And so, and especially with the deadlift, I just didn't really, I will admit, I didn't feel confident. I'm telling the truth. I didn't feel confident in doing it. And then as of recently, I started doing them anyway. Although in my past that I have felt that I'm no good doing those particular exercises, but those exercises are key for building power, explosion, strength of muscles, as well as the ligaments, you know. And so, you know, dealing with some of the issues with my knee, I was performing the deadlift today with dumbbells, and I was just paying attention to the form. You know, keep your feet shoulder width apart, and make sure that when you go down, you tuck your butt out. You know, so that all of your weight doesn't fall forward over your knees or past your feet. You know, to mess you up. And when I finished doing the exercise, I heard a voice from my left say, "Yo, you did that with good form." Then I turned to my left and look. The person who said it was somebody, and I'm not going to go into the whys right now, but it was somebody that I never particularly favored. Okay, you know, a person that I didn't really like, and yeah, those are personal reasons. You know, not that the person did anything to me. It's just that, you know, dealing with intuition and all of this esoteric and metaphysical stuff that I study, you pick up stuff sometimes, you know. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the person's bad, but that's just what it is, right? And so, next thing you know, the person and I began to have a conversation over doing correct form and technique versus just throwing a bunch of weights and just lifting because you just feel strong. And we were talking about the impact of injuries and stuff like that. And I realized one of the reasons that my knees have given me trouble over the years is because of lifting weights using improper technique, running and not using proper technique, you know. So it's not that he particularly said anything new to me. He said something that was already within me. The conversation with him was only confirming, hey, you on the right path, keep it up. So even with a person that is not particularly one of my favorite persons, and I'm saying that not because I'm doing this video, but I'm just saying because it's true, because I don't really have nothing bad to say to the person or about the person, but it's just what it is the fact. It would have been one thing if a person that I was really cool with said it, but when it came from a person that I know, and I know that he knows, we're not that good. You know, we're in competition, which is stupid. You know, and those are things that I'm working on now. When he says it, it's like, yo, then I really must be doing something. You know, lets me know that I'm on the right path. Lets me know that what I have been putting out in the multiverse is manifesting and coming back to me, and coming back way quicker than I thought it would, you know. So my purpose of this video is to let you know that Everyone around you is there for a purpose, there for a reason. Even if you never speak to any of those individuals, everybody is around you for a reason. And maybe the reason that they're around you may not be to be your friend. There may be a person that just offers encouraging words at that time, or a person that drops you a tip and give you a hookup, like, yo, good looking out, or whatever. You never know. And with that, we should all give praise to all that is in manifestation, from the inanimate things to the things that are animate, or the things that move, because everything vibrates and everything has life. Even your table doesn't appear as though that it's not living and that it doesn't have life, but the molecules and the atoms that go to make up that table knows, hey, it's supposed to be a table. Let's be the best table we could be, you know? So one thing that I'm learning in life also is that regardless of what some of us may think with the different troubles and challenges that are in the world, there's really no reason to be walking around being unhappy, thinking that somebody's going to get you, somebody's going to work against you, somebody's out to destroy you. And see, that's why the conversation and all of this stuff about, oh, you got haters around, and a lot of us that go around and say that, hey, we have haters, is because we're putting out the vibration to welcome in people to come in and hate us, period. When we don't concentrate on that stuff, then we send out the vibration for people to do the opposite, which is to love us, cherish us, appreciate us, you know, and even help us out. I sense that we have to do a lot with balancing ourselves, balancing your minds, balancing your bodies. Okay, there's a lot of individuals out there, whether they are so-called qualified or not. There are people out there that can aid us in our journey, just like we have aided others in theirs, whether we realize it or not. I have people that come to me and tell me that they, really appreciate something that I did for them. And this could be at the YMCA. This could be one of my former students. It could be whatever. And it puts such a deep warmness in your heart. Like, wow. Well, I was just doing what I do. Well, that's all that was needed. Because at the time that person needed whatever, you were there. I were there. So, hey, that's what it is. And of course, I didn't mean for this to be a very long video. I just had to put this out there. And most importantly, the last thing I will say to you all, your thoughts, your feelings create your reality. Create your world. What time is it? Your thoughts and your feelings give birth to all that you have experienced and what you are experiencing now. Take heed to that. So if you have anger, malice, deceit in your heart, you're going to create the reality that gives birth to those things, that gives birth to those experiences. A lot of people go through hell every day. It's because they are creating hell, and most of them don't even know that that's what they're doing. So give gratitude to all that's around you, the good and the bad, because without the good and the bad, you wouldn't know who you are and what you're here for. So signing out. Peace.